I wrote this letter to myself, and this is basically how I see myself in the world and how I created my identity. It's this letter is reflecting my experiences and how I see the world, basically. So I wrote a journey of finding myself in this world, a journey of finding meaning in this world, a journey of finding the meaning of the meaning in this world, a journey of how to gain my identity and to create what I want from myself, a journey to find out that I can create whatever I want from myself and there's nothing can stop it because I am the creator, and realizing and figuring out what is my belief system and realizing and recognizing my limiting beliefs. Breaking patterns, trying new things, live with discomfort, feeling vulnerable, and facing fear and taking risk became my habits and my character. The best gift that I gave myself was the freedom. The freedom of creating this character that I want with the option of evolving whenever I want and disattaching from everything that I have learned. I looked at galaxies and the number of the stars and planet and the size of the universe, and I recognized one thing, and I realized there is, beside one thing, there is nothing matters, and that is love. I realize how tiny we are and how irrelevant is politics, religion, and cultures. I decided to be love and to love myself, to reflect love and freedom. I decided to see good in myself so I can see good in others. I realized we all are the same thing and connected and searching for the same thing. I realized the meaning of life is to give meaning to it. So that's basically how I see my journey in life. So I just wanted to share with you guys because it meant so much to me. I just finished this writing this article. Of course, like I don't write the whole thing. I have people like re grammar and re change the structure of what I write. But this is what I wrote about how to think like an entrepreneur, because there is a certain mindset that you need to have, and this mindset will help you from your day-to-day activity with your 1 year goal, 5 year goal, 3 year goal, 5 year goal, and with your lifetime goal. And sometimes when you are in the middle or in the process, there is so many things that can distract you, but there is certain basics I feel like you need to know, and you constantly need to remind yourself to stay within in the focus. So that's basically the stuff that I have wrote, because this bullet points were so important to me, so I want to share it with everybody. So number one, I am going to start with saying know that you don't know everything. The second that you think you know is the second that you lost, because none of us is, regardless whoever you are, you don't know everything. You always, at any second, at any time, you need to be open to new learnings. Because let's say you're in the middle of something. I'm in the middle of like opening this process, this business and this process, and I'm operating it like this. If someone wants to come and give me advice or wants to help me with scale my business or how to do my operation or my structure better, if I'm close to it, if I'm close to the learning the new material and I think that I know everything, is the minute that I'm gonna get stuck there in that level. I will never grow. So it's so important for us to always be open. At any second, tell yourself, I don't know everything and I'm willing to learn more. You can learn from the people that they know less than you or way more than you do. But that option on your brain needs to be, I don't know, I will never know until the rest of my life, so I'm open to learn new lessons, and I'm open to advices, and I'm open to new informations. So that's my number one. Number two, I wrote, be comfortable with chaos. Welcome to the entrepreneurship. Welcome to chaos. Chaos, it will be part of your life. It will never end. So the intensity will go up and down, but even at the happy time it can be intense. The low time it can be different style of being intense. But learn how to be okay with chaos, because in business and in your entrepreneurship journey you will get hit by different obstacles and up and down that you need to prepare yourself. It says, okay, when I'm gonna get hit by that with obstacles, that's the day that I'm gonna say, okay, everything will be okay. I will figure it out. I will find a way, you know. So keep this in mind. Next, is be comfortable with accepting criticism. So many times I feel like, when someone comes and tells you something that it just makes you so uncomfortable, you're like, what? Like, me? You said this to me? Do you know who I am? Or like, who the hell are you to give me to criticize what I have done? Instead of thinking like that, just tell yourself, let me see, what did this person saw in this situation that gave me this criticism, good or bad, is regardless. It might mean nothing, it might mean so much, because people are going to value you and going to see you based on their own perception. So you can't change their perception, and you're not going to change who you are. You will always stay the same, and their perception, until the day that they want to believe whatever they want to believe, it will stay like that. So just be comfortable with criticism. If it's something positive and you see, oh, like, I always did this, I had no idea that's how people are perceiving it, or this is how everyone seeing it. So use it as a positive criticism, and like look at it like that, and then learn something from it and apply it to your life. And if it's negative, I said, thank you for your point of view, and be okay and move forward. Next is be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's the time that you're gonna go through your personal growth, and that's the time that you will go through your business growth, when you're uncomfortable. So at the days that I'm comfortable, let's say this whole year, I was comfortable with operating my business. Whoever was around me, I was completely comfortable. I always seek a same type of relationship, and a working relationship that gives me comfort. So I'm not putting myself outside my comfort zone. So then is there any change in me? No. Am I exposed to anything new? I don't think so. So be okay if you put yourself in a situation that you never experienced before, you never witnessed before. because on those time you give that extra push to your brain, to your neuron, that you're like you're exposed to new information. Like, now what you going to do, how you going to handle the situation, how you going to handle this new personal or business relationship. So in that pressure, that's when you starting to grow. That's when you gain new experiences. That's when you, even at your work, you get hit by new problems because you already have practiced how to face with new information. When you get hit by a new problem, you're not so scared of it. You're okay with being uncomfortable. Your brain, instead of quitting, it goes to a mode like, oh, it's new information, I need to learn how to analyze it, process it, use it, fight with it. Like, it will help you to direct you to a new positive direction. So be okay with being uncomfortable. And next item is be okay with being alone. You know, so, like, I want to say this will happen every single time that you're going through personal growth or your entrepreneurial growth. This will happen to you every step that you have to change, or you're accelerating to the next level. Every time you will be alone, because people around you are used to the previous version. People around you are not used to this new version. So be comfortable at home, at your workplace, with all your daydreaming, with whatever you are going through. Make sure, like, when you're sitting by yourself, you're like, I know I'm alone, but I am perfectly fine with my all the dreams that I have, my career, my intention, where I'm headed, how I see everything. So because I am so focused and I'm so comfortable and I know what direction I'm going, so I'm okay with being alone, because people like me will come to my life at the right time. And then if you lose, like I said, if you lose the people that are not aligned with you, or they are used to your old version, it's time for you to move on. So get comfortable with yourself, know your intention, know your direction, know where you're headed, so you can accept being alone. Point of view. So, point of view. I want to say this. I don't know, like, how. Like, I remember when someone, like, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, 5 years ago, when someone will tell me something, like, you are this, or you did this. I will be, huh, what? I'm this? Like, I'm trying to defend myself. I remember going to the process of defending myself. But if someone tells me you're this right now, I just look at them and I'm like, thank you so much for your point of view. No, people's point of view is their point of view. My point of view is my point of view. And it doesn't matter how people see you. It doesn't. You need to do your best. You need to be comfortable with what you're projecting outside, and you need to be comfortable with your point of view and accept others, people, how they see you is their perception, and it has nothing to do with you. My next bullet point is constantly create opportunities when even it seems like there is no opportunity. So as an entrepreneur, you always need to be alert about, oh, what's happening here? You have, I don't know, you have extra space. Oh my God, you're losing money, or you're losing, like, you can't do anything with this space. Don't think about you can't do anything, let's say, with this space. This is, what can you use with this space? Constantly be comfortable to think outside the box and try to create opportunities for yourself, or for the business, or for whatever I don't know, obstacle that comes along the way. Just like try to create something out of it. I want to give, I don't know what example to give, but let's say if with my own business, when I see one of my businesses, there's not enough clients, or the competition, it became, there's too much of a competition, or is one of the obstacles that I'm running into, then I redirect my business with the different planning. So my goal point is always, I'm aiming for my goal. But if I have to use from point B to A, or try to go from point C to A, I will redirect myself from another road to get to where I want to get. I will create a new opportunity. I will create a new style, new method. I will do something that everyone else is doing. I will think like, how can I do this in a way that no one else is doing it? And I want to create something different. So be comfortable with creating opportunities, and creating something doesn't make sense to anyone else, but it does make sense to you. Okay, risk taking. Risk taking might sound too risky, but if I did not take a risk, I never would be here. And I know any other businesswoman, any other businessman, any people that I know that they are in the direction of where they want to go in life, they took a risk. They took a risk with their money, they took a risk with their character, with their belief system, with their, like, all they had. If you don't take the risk, you will never get anywhere. Like, nothing is just thrown at you, just like, okay, here's so easy, go ahead and do this. Such a thing doesn't exist. If you don't risk it, you will not gain anything. You need to know, as if you want to start a business, of course there's risk. Of course there's risk for you to face. Of course there's risk. It might work, it might not work. But as a business owner and as an entrepreneur, you need to accept it's part of the process. You have to take a risk to jump and accelerate to where you want to go. Another bullet point I wrote for myself, and it is, never aim for plan B. Always shoot for plan A. If you aim for, this is my plan A and this is my plan B, the chances that you're gonna land in your plan B, I think, is 90%, because as soon as it gets hard, let me guess, you're gonna go to your plan B, because you're not gonna push as hard. You're not gonna accept, like, I'm going to find a way to aim with my plan A. As soon as is uncomfortable, you will aim to your plan B. So I never will have plan B. I never have plan B. Like, my plan is plan A, and I will find a way to get there. Okay. Create it first in your head, and then live it in a way, turn to that person, and then create it for yourself. When I read the book and the CDs of Your Wish is Your Command, so it talked about this subject, when, like, now I look at it after 8 or 9 years, and I'm like, wow, how much of an impact it had in me. So it said, like, go to dealerships and look at the car. Go sit in them. Go feel it. Go in front of the house that you desire to have, and I say, I want the house and I want to get this house. Feel it. Like, don't look at it as like, oh, this is someone else's house. Stand there, sit there, feel it. Feel like this is tangible. Like, this is something that you can, if you desire it hard enough, you can acquire it. So, and then with whatever material, so because right now we're talking about the material, it's important for you to put yourself in that situation and a condition and see yourself there. Because when you see it, when you touch it, when you feel it, when you see yourself there, when you create it in your head that you have it, you want it, I can get it, nothing can stop you. You will get there. And then because you will put two and two together in order to create what you want for yourself, compared to you're even scared to go to that dealership, you're even scared to just like walk close to that house that you're dreaming. You will never create anything for yourself to get there because you think it's out of your reach, you think it's impossible. But if you think this is possible, like magically your brain, like there's new sets of energy and fire comes out of you that it will direct you and it will help you to feel like this, I can do this, this is tangible, like I can feel it, I know I'm gonna get here. So make sure whatever you want, see it and believe that you can do it for yourself. So being flexible, the road that you had from, this, from a road from A to B is not the only road that gets you to your direct to your goal. There is definitely a couple of side streets and a couple of other wiggles that you still can get to where you are headed. So along the way, always tell yourself, I'm gonna be flexible with the conditions that is gonna be happening to you. Also, learn how to be a chameleon. And the reason I want to say this is you never know who you're going to see, who's going to help you, who's going to hold your hand, or who's going to offer you something new. So when you're trying to mold yourself and when you're trying to put yourself in so many different situations that you're not used to, or it might be scary for you, or it might be uncomfortable or a new material for you, when you put yourself in those kind of situation, but have it in your head that I'm going to be flexible with this situation, it opens another door. It opens another door that you're going to be, oh my God, I always wanted to do this, but I had no idea like this person can offer this to me, or this situation can get me exactly where I want to go. So that flexibility and you being able to mold around different situation, it opens so many doors for you. So your way is not the highway. So be flexible. I think I talked about this one, which it was be comfortable with being your own number one fan. I think in my other podcast I talked about it, but I cannot say this enough, how important it is to be your number one fan. Because when all the plans fail, when everyone leaves, when there is no one believes you, and then you push, you have to stay there and push so hard. You have to be your own number one fan in order to get to your dreams. So learn how to be that person for yourself. Also, be comfortable when stuff doesn't go as planned. Sometimes plan can be broken, sometimes there's earthquake, sometimes there's thunders. So you did not plan the earthquake and thunders, but when those kind of stuff that happens to you and is not as you planned, just learn how, just deal with it. Just deal with it. So just know your whole world is shaken. Go through the shake and then go back finding yourself and continue going to get to your goals. How to self-motivate yourself on daily basis. So another bullet point that is absolutely important is one of those crucial bullet point is you need to motivate yourself. You need to seek informations to keep you motivated on daily basis. So that will affect your self-talks, and that will affect is like how you on day to day you do that, how we work out, we put ourselves in meditation states and make sure we do all those. There need to be a habit, either a 15-minute a video that you watch with your like top 5 motivational speakers, or a book or someone that it just repeats to you how to stay motivated. So make that as your like lifelong habit for yourself. I've been doing it for 8-9 years. Like if I don't do it within a week or two, and then as soon as I hit by the problems I see is like sometimes I get weak, and then sometimes I'm like I get lost. But as soon as I go back to my motivational, as soon as I go back to my mental support, I'm like, okay, you know what? I can do this. I can stay focused. I can stay strong. This is just another problem. So creating that habit of how to stay motivated at all the time is definitely a very, very important factor that you cannot take it slightly. Hold yourself accountable for what you have said. I want to say I remember like 3-4 years or maybe 5 years after my businesses, I remember people were working with me because they said, oh my God, you did what you said you're going to do. And I was like, okay. So I had no idea that I have performed something that created credibility for myself. I created like Helen is gonna do what she said she's going to do. So my word meant a lot. So when you work with the new partners, with a partnership with the new, different businesses, like they want to know what does your word means. And then when they see you have a stuck on your words and you exactly did what you have said, they're like, I like this woman or I like that man, because like they're going to produce what they have promised or what they have planned. So it will create a very like amazing credibility for yourself. Always remember, never burn bridges. As an entrepreneur, you always need to know, regardless how much conflict you have with anyone, never burn bridges. Just if you have conflict, try to solve it, try to settle, try to walk out as a neutral, or let the other person win. Like it doesn't mean they're really winning. It just try to bring this situation under control, but just know, if you want to grow as an entrepreneur, if you want to scale and to the next level, if you want to win over everybody as much as people as possible, do not burn bridges. Choose your battles, choose your fights. So not every time that you won, it means you're a winner. Just keep this in mind. If everyone gonna attack you and you think you have to walk out as a winner, just let me tell you this: you're not winning. You're just turning, I don't know, good at dirty fights. So just choose which battle you want to get into. I'm not saying it all the times let go of everything. Such a thing, I'm not sure if it's possible. I don't know if I done it or anyone that I know will do it. But choose your battle, because it will waste your energy, waste your time. It wastes your time and hold your time to a point that you completely even forgot to do anything positive. And like you will forget even where you're going, because you're so concerned and you're so um, stuck in the fight. It pulls you away from where you were going. So as much as possible, choose your battle. Don't let it to waste your time. This one is my 2023 uh, lessons that I have learned, because, oh my God, this is so important. I want to talk about this. Until now, in order for me to feel validated about myself, I thought I need to be perfect in everything. I thought I have to do everything so perfectly. I need to know my finance. I need to know my own business development. I need to know how to operate. I need to know like A, B, C, D, da, 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 all the way to the end of it. For first time, I was exposed to I don't need to be good at everything. I just need to know what I'm good at. I recently realized I'm just a very good dreamer. And I can hire people to do the stuff that I'm not good at, from operation, from business development, from structure, from, I don't know, legal. I had to find out what is it that I'm good at. And this, after all these years being in the business, I have never came to this conclusion. I always tried so hard to be able to do good in everything and just learning everything. Not I'm not saying don't go learn about everything, but you are not a one-man show. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as someone who wants to scale in life and business, you need to know you are not a one-man show. It's a team. A team need a leader. You need just to go find out what are you good at, so you can perform in what you're good at in the best possible way. Oh, another bullet point that I wrote is always think impossible is possible. Always. There is no word of impossible. And this is why every time someone comes with something new, we're like, oh wow, how did that person think about that? Because that person thought impossibles are possible. So that needs to be a role model. That needs to be a key point here. Oh, this is not impossible. This is not correct. We don't have such a thing. Just go find a way. I don't know when I was talking about this subject, and then so I just want to add this. Being an entrepreneur is almost is like a magical thinking. Believing the magic is possible, believing impossible is possible, believing I can do it even though I have never done it before. So, being an entrepreneur basically means come out of the box. What is that box? You need to sit and think about if that box is real. Did you make the box? Who made that box? Was I born with that box? It just sit in thinking with the stuff that is out of your comfort zone. So that's how I would say it, the entrepreneur is a person that can handle chaos and discomfort and open to all new ideas when none of them make sense. If I want to say 20 important ways to have a successful mindset, you know, you train your own mindset. Mindset is not something you're born with it, or culturally will affect you, you sit and you tell yourself, I want to change my mindset in order to like learn how to do business, or I want to be successful in my business, or I want to choose a career and I need to train my mindset in order for my scaling. So I'm gonna go through these items that we bullet point, which it will be almost like a summary of what are the top 20 most important bullet points that you need to be mindful of. One, identify your passion, set your goals, develop a growth mindset, stay focused, take action, be persistent, learn from failure, build a strong network, embrace change, be accountable, develop a good habits, be resilient, seek feedback, prioritize self-care, take calculate risks, be confident, stay organized, continuously learn, give back, celebrate success. These are like, if I want to put these 20 words next to each other and says, if you develop these mindsets, you can change your life with this. And like, we all have it in us, we all are familiar, we all heard it before. Every single one of us, these vocabularies, we all heard it before. But you need to be intentional about it. You need to write it down and say, you know what, I'm gonna be focused. You know how that you, for example, the example of the focus is when when you're in the middle of preparing, getting ready for this, and some problem or someone comes and wants to redirect you and take you to this vacation, start a new personal relationship, I don't know, have you start something else, you're not, no, I'm focused here, I'm planning this, so I need to attend to you like accordingly, because I cannot lose my focus. So that is very, very important. Make sure whatever you choose for yourself, be intentional in how to get there. Write it down, recognize it, acknowledge it, make a plan, go through it, and then celebrate your success.